Good evening, everyone. We are pleased and honored to welcome everyone to the Community Day of Cisco thingQbator Internship Program 2020. It started on 15th June 2020. I am Nandini Ginodia.
And I'm Vanshika Dhanuka, and we are the host and the co host for this program.
We would like to introduce you to all the community members, organizing committee members. So we have Vikram, Arun, Ishita, Rupal, and Sudeep. In this time of world pandemic and distress, Cisco thingQbator planned to organize this virtual internship program with partnership with NASSCOM Foundation, a CSR partner, Project DEFY as a makerspace partner, and Li2 Technologies as a training partner. I would like to tell you a little bit about the thingQbator. As a part of the CSR initiative, Cisco Systems have decided to set up a network of thingQbator makerspace in Indian universities to further digital skill development and entrepreneurship involvement in the student committees. The thingQbator program is conceived as a makerspace and incubator for IoT ideas coming from the students committee in the host universities. With the central belief that none of us is smarter than all of us, the aim is to create a space and a program where university students could work together with like minded colleagues, get exposure to the latest IoT technologies. This program was to encourage and help budding entrepreneurs to provide with the opportunity to work on their projects by connecting with other beautiful minds. To summarize, the Cisco thingQbator internship program is a virtual platform to provide innovative problem solving techniques to students who have come together from all over India. This program has been divided into three tracks, being the learning track, the project track, and the startup track. This is the project track, and we have 30 teams in this track who have been vigorously working throughout these 6 weeks to make a full-fledged market product.
To all the audience, before directly starting the program, I would like to share with you what our journey for the last 6 weeks has been. So, since 15th June, which was the beginning of the program, the teams have attended various sessions taken by very intellectual and intelligent people like Akshay Cherian, Mridu Bhatnagar, Shashwat Agrawal, Rohan Goswami, and Abhijit Sinha. All these sessions covered topics starting from identifying the problem statements to building the final MVP. We had four mentors, namely Avik Dhupar, Dohan Goswami, Jasil Mohammed, and Bharadwaj Ramakrishnan, who guided and mentored all the teams throughout these 6 weeks in each and every way that they could. During this program, we also had a total of three sprints for which all the teams themselves set smart goals to achieve their final target. We had a fresh set of eyes after every sprint to track the progress of all the teams. The teams also participated in identifying their user base and interacting with their user base to get a clear understanding of what the wants of the users are. After gathering much needed intel on users and solutions, the teams practiced peer testing, in which two teams were paired together to test each other's products' technicalities under the supervision of the organizing team. After performing much needed hard and smart work, the teams are finally ready to present in front of all of you with full confidence and enthusiasm today.
Today, we are all here live on our Facebook and YouTube page to deliver these presentations and have a panel discussion revealing all the projects initiated by the future of this country.
To all the audience, we highly urge you all to stay with us through the community day and show us your support with by putting your feedbacks and your questions and your comments in the chat box in the chat section down below. We will be very glad to know your inputs, and it will for sure help all the teams enhance their projects. Hope you're all as excited as we are, and let the community day begin.
Before we jump into the pool of presentations, I am honored to call forward Mr. Vish Iyer, the Vice President of Architecture at Cisco.
Thank you, Nandini, and thank you, Vanshika. You guys have done such an amazing job. I think I love your energy. I love your passion. And I think I don't have much to say, but just so excited, like all of you, and looking forward to the readouts of all of the different project members. And I'm so pleased to see that you all use this time, even during lockdown, to spur the culture of innovation, entrepreneurship, and I am so impressed, Nandini. You can go and present anything to anyone. You and Vanshika were so articulate and so eloquent in the way you structured the opening. So all I want to do is look. We are so excited in Cisco to see that the students are using all of the resources along with the fantastic mentorship from the NASSCOM Foundation, and I really appreciate all of the partnership. And more importantly, uh, I think what I am extremely inspired is by each one of you. The fact that you've used this time to push the envelope, learn something about yourself, learn working with peers, and I think that's a very important uh, step in your individual career journeys. And I think I'm so happy that this platform is helping you all to do that. I'm super excited that you're leveraging all of the social media tools and that this is going live on Facebook. And I think we cannot be more pleased in the way the students and are leveraging these platforms and stepping up in their own personal journey. So thank you so much to each one of you who participated in this program. Thank you for all of the supporting cast to put this program together. And I'm really looking forward to the readouts from each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us here and actually for making it possible to organize this internship program. We're very glad and honored to have you here again, and just your presence makes it more excited all the same. So thank you so much for that.
Now I would like to call Vikram to say a few words.
Hey, hi, Vanshika. Thank you for giving me a chance to speak. Yeah, it was really a wonderful journey to work with all the organizing committee and all those partners and the audience and all the mentors. It was literally a good support, and we have received a lot of information and we came to learn many things during these 6 weeks. So thank you, Vanshika.
Thank you, Vikram. So the community day was basically segmented into four parts, four slots, and it took place on the 25th July, 26th July, and today, which is the 27th July. All the teams were assigned slots based on their similar focus area or cause. This is the last slot of the community day, and the criteria for this slot is the solutions to provide technical platform. We have 7 teams today, namely Team Qboard Secure, MNNIT 16, Team AccuMeet, SIA, Proxy Cam, Hackerjacks, and Team Null Pointers. Each team is going to get a total of 10 minutes to present their presentation, and after that, we'll have a panel discussion. For the panelists, we have our own mentor, Mr. Avik Dhupar. Avik is a former R&D engineer at Arduino and is actively involved in designing and manufacturing friendly robots to teach computational thinking. We're really glad to have you here with us, Avik, and we look forward to the panel discussion. Thank you for being here. Without any further delay, I would like to call forward Team Qboard Secure to present their presentation. Guys, you can go on Team Qboard Secure.
All the best.
Hello everyone. For starters, we have two segments lined up for you before we start with our introduction of the product. So without wasting any further time, let us dive right into the That is a fun activity. For that, I request you all to open the URL www.haveibeenpawned.com and see what it has in store for you.
Enter your email IDs in the text box and click the button alongside. Scroll down a little bit to observe and write down in the comments below what do you think it is. So now this is my time to tell you what this actually is. So this is the data about the platforms where your sensitive information was exposed to being leaked and is potentially leaked. If you scroll down a little more, you will see the global stats for the same. Not full, right?
So clearly, it wasn't a fun activity, right? But for obvious reasons, to not use these platforms is definitely not the solution. What we need here is an extra layer of security to work on.
For the second segment, we have a conversation between two friends, Jaya, the journalist, and Ria, the developer. I think we all know that it's not polite to overhear someone talking. Let's just have a look at the conversation one.
Do you know what happened with me some days back?
So, Jaya, tell me what happened.
You know, being a journalist, me and my sources have to exchange a lot of sensitive data and information every day over the internet.
Absolutely, Jaya.
So one of my sources named Rima shared a confidential document with me the other day. And you know what? That document got leaked into the news the very next week. And I was held accountable for that.
Oh my God, that's really unfortunate, Jaya. Tell me what happened next.
Yeah, so thankfully, 2 days later, there came a headline which read thousands of users' account hacked and data stolen from easyshare.com. So this is when I got to know what had actually happened.
Oh, that was something really scary and shocking, Jaya. By the way, I have a solution to your problem that you are facing. Why don't you use the Qboot Secure application? It will provide you with an added layer of security, and I'm sure you will be able to communicate in a more safer environment.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Can you tell me more about it?
Sure, Jaya. Welcome to the world of secrets. So, hello, everyone. This is Riya Santwal, and I, along with my teammates Priya Agarwal, Ishita Malhotra, and Rupal Mittal, are here for you all to present our application Qboot Secure.
Now, guys, imagine waking up as Bill Gates one morning. How cool, right? Now, let's go further into your imaginations. You wake up to see your Twitter account hacked, and that too only because you chose to order coffee online the last night.
And here's where you can jump out of your imagination straight back into reality. Well, guess what? This actually happened. Yes, just last week.
And yes, that was the case with Jaya as well. You remember?
Yes, but according to me, it was her luck that saved her. This would have been different. Has she been using the Qboot Secure application? Come, let's see how this application works. So, you first see the sender side. In this picture here, as can be seen, we have our floating widget, which can work over any third-party application. In this case, you have WhatsApp visible. In this picture, it can be seen that the sender types in the message in the widget, and the message can be encrypted using the encrypt button and then sent to the intended receiver. Now, moving on to the receiver's end. The encrypted message is then received to the intended receiver. Next, the receiver can successfully decrypt the message using the decrypt button, which is a feature that is still under progress.
Okay, now as to answer what's different in our solution, here we are presenting the USP of our product. So the first one is selective encryption. So you might be thinking, what does that mean? By selective encryption, we mean that the user will be able to encrypt a part of a complete message rather than to necessarily encrypt the whole message. The second one is the added layer of privacy for sharing sensitive data. This means that the third-party app which is being used will be providing encryption on its end, but here we are adding another layer of security to make the environment even safer to communicate on. The third point talks about the floating widget, which can be used over any third-party application as per the user's convenience to send the data to the intended receiver. The fourth one is the identity protection by restricting access. This feature will enable the user to protect his or her identity over net. And I think this is quite important, right? This is one feature which we will be incorporating in the future version of our app. You remember, as in the Jaya's case, the identity of her source streamer was revealed. But I think that too would not have happened had she been using the Keyboard Secure app. So let's have a look at the demo, shall we?
Sure. So for the demo video, first upon your screen, okay, so first upon your screen is the slideshow that will tell you more about our application and how to go about it. This is also the first screen that you will see on our application once you open our application, which will help you navigate better. Now, new to our application, you got to verify yourself first, right? Because that's really important. For that, enter your email ID or phone number here to get a verification code in order to move forward. Now, once you receive that verification code on your email or phone number, you can verify the same here. Now, once this procedure is completed, you would be required to set up your profile here, for which you'll have to enter your phone number, password, and date of birth. Now, so you are entering your number, email ID, and password, have to click the login button, and then you are good to go. But if you are an existing user, you can directly log in via your phone number and password. Up next, we have our logs. Logs, here you'll be basically able to see all the encrypted conversations you've had till date with anyone, anybody on any kind of application. Okay, now come to the bottom right corner. What do you see there? Yes, it's Captain America, who is here to your rescue. Enable all the floating widget permissions that our application asks from your device. The floating widget here is the Captain America's shield. No, for real it is. So this shield will protect your information. And that's it for the demo.
Okay, so now talking about the technology and the future roadmap. In terms of technology, we hope to incorporate the relevant decryption algorithm as our project progresses. Also, we aim to do the tunneling of packets so as to avoid backtracking. Moreover, in the current version of our app, we are only encrypting text, but in the future version, we will be encrypting images, documents, and videos as well. As far as the future roadmap is concerned, we aim to do beta testing in September. We also aim to launch the first version of our app in the October this year. Also, we are aiming to target about 5,000 users in the next 6 months.
Now, here come the Captain Americas who are behind the shields who will be protecting your data. Mukul Mittal, Ishita Malhotra, Veera Santhwal, and Priya Agarwal.
So guys, right in front of you all on all your screens is my Netflix password. But I'm not nice enough to give it away as is. The catch here is you cannot use it in this form. Ask why? Because it is encrypted via Keyboard Secure app and you don't have the associated hash. What a bummer, right? Well, that's it from our side. Thank you so much for being an amazing audience.
A special thanks to our mentor Rohan Goswami, who helped us with each and every detail and helped us with the best guidance ever we could get. Last but not the least, whole organizing committee, Cisco thingQbator, Project DEFY, and NASSCOM Foundation for providing us this opportunity to showcase and help people in these tough times. Signing off, Team Keyboard Secure.
What a great presentation. Thank you, Team Keyboard Secure, for presenting. You are giving us a safe passage to share very sensitive and vital information, which is much needed in the world right now. So, thank you. Great presentation. Thank you for your contribution and the presentation.
Thank you so much.
It was a very good job, guys. Your presentation was very beautiful. Now, next up, I would like to call Team MN and IT 16.
Greetings, everyone. So first of all, I would like to show our PPT first, then I will show our app. Okay. So So our problem statement is the land registry is one of the use cases that involve a lot of intermediaries to put trust in the system. So what basically it means that in the world of quantum computers, where we are achieving where the processors are becoming much faster, the computer are becoming much faster. The Indian government is still using the manual way of storing the data of land registry. So it's quite a common to comfort the disparity within the paperwork, such as counterfeit of titles, forging documents, and complete loss of the record. So basically, since the data, this process is completely manual. So because of the reasons like the manual human errors and the data breach and the admin who are the admin or the government official can change the data. So there is a lot of situation where the two parties do not agree with the data they stay stored in the database. So this could obviously lead to the expensive code battles between the conflicted party. So we have created a blockchain-based app for this, and our target customers are any individual who wish to sell or buy a property, and any government who wish to digitalize their way of storing the land registry. We will discuss how we will do so by explaining the digital signature and the concept of public and private keys, so that we can use our so that we can convert the manual way of storing means validating the user to digital way of storing. So why use this? So first of all, as I said earlier, that the manual way is very prone to errors, like human errors, and even if you want to get the information of a particular land, then you have to go through all the manual way of working. Like you have to go to the government office, and you have to apply for a particular a form, so that you can get the information. So it's a very long process. So we just want to convert this way of getting the information, which is currently manually. We want to change this to the digitalized way. So this is how we are going to do, so that within the 10 minutes you can register yourself. If two parties are interested to perform a transaction, they will simply use our system, and with the help of smart contract we can basically create a transaction which will further be added by the government. So yes, so we have, for example, we have two parties, and they are agreed that they want to perform a transaction which involves like sending the ownership of a land. They will first create the transaction and using the smart contract provided by our app, and then that transaction will be added to the sent to the government, and government is the one who will going to add that in the blockchain ledger, and that blockchain ledger is completely public, so that anyone can use it, so to verify that who is the owner of this land. So this is how our current data set look like. I will show you in the further in a minute how it works. And this is how if a person wants to get the information, he will get the information of all the data, all the ownership which has happened in the previous way. So first, I would like to show my our app now. So this is how our app look like, where we are storing the data in a blockchain fashion. And for an example, I will show you what's inside a particular block. A particular block has been secured using SHA-256 hash, and that block contains the data such as the location of the land and who is the owner and who is the seller of this land. So this data is completely public. So if a person wants to, for example, if a person wants to know what is the who is the owner of this particular land, I have already inserted the value in it. So he will just search for the ownership, and he will get a result like this, which basically states that first the ownership was this, and then this transfer to this person, and the second transaction was this, and the latest was owner of this particular land is this person. So now I will tell you how one can perform a transaction. So first of all, he have to first of all fill the details of the land which they are interested in. Then they will insert their names and the date. And now the important part comes here. So the seller will use his private key to sign the transaction digitally, and using this key we will basically first of all check that whether this person is the owner of so basically our smart contract will first of all check that basically this person is the legitimate owner or genuine owner of this land, and if yes, then he will we will change the ownership of the land from this person to this person which we want to sell. So on clicking the submit button, this block has been added at the very last, and here it will, as you can see, all those details are there, and these values has been added to our blockchain. So by this way, and again this is secured by a 256 hash. So basically we have changed the manual way of storing data to a digitalized way, where this document has been digitally signed by the private key of this person, and obviously due to security reason we are not showing it here. It has been stored in our database, and in future if this person wishes to sell this land, our smart contract will check that okay, this is this person is a legitimate person, then that person will if yes, then person can sell the land. So finally, I would like to conclude that this is how our product was. And finally, I would like to thank the Cisco thingQbator team for providing us such an amazing platform where we get to showcase our skill and get to know about the amazing product made by our peers as well. So thank you.
Okay, Team 96. Wow. Okay, that's a lot of work, and you guys have actually made it come through. So I just hope that you all go ahead and be successful in it and just blow the market. That's what I want for you guys. So all the best for your future, guys. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Great presentation. Next team I would like to call up is Team Accumate.
Yeah, hello, hi.
Yeah, go on, Kunal. Yes, you're audible. Go on.
Yeah. First of all, a very good afternoon to all, and giving me opportunity as a I'm from IIT BHU, and presenting my startup company, the video conferencing software which we have developed in the last 3 months of pandemic lockdown and sitting at home with the help with our great team leaders, 15 people in the as a software developer, application developer, and web developer. If you meet for us, which is a smart, innovative video conferencing software. So, so So we have developed a video conferencing software that is going to help a lot in joining the audio and video conferencing collaboration, chatting and webinar across the mobile devices also, and desktop also, and any rooms also. So it is going to help a lot for the schools, colleges, university, government meetings also, because right now the current in the market we have a lot of video conferencing solutions like Zoom and the Skypes. These are also, and Cisco also webs meeting, but as the current needs of the video conferencing, because a lot of the people's now working from homes, and so the current like focus towards the digital and digitalizations of the working from home is increasing day by day. So there are a lot of load on servers and the streaming quality of the video. So looking this as a opportunity in the market, we have developed our video conferencing software if you meet in the last 3 months, and we did online survey of that video conferencing also, that what the customer needs from their side already they are using the video conferencing software. So these are our team members. So myself, Sumit Kumar, is the founder of a startup company, the IQ-based technologies, and Vishal Kumar is the mentoring in the software development part. Which her lady is Vyasa Panwar, and is project manager of the video conferencing beat, and Anand Sangarwal and other team member are also in the company. So we are giving a solution that have a great availability of security and portability of smooth streaming, user friendly and economical also. So using our solution, we can host audio and video conferencing and collaborate and chat by just giving to the invitation by the mail ID. I will show how it works in the next slide. How the functionality of the video conferencing solution which we have developed in the next slide. you will know about the functionality of the video conferencing and the software and how it works and how the quality and the things are maintained in the software. So we have features like chattings and all the things are included in that, and list of participants is also showing the video conferencing. So what we are providing a video conferencing and chatting, screen sharing, recording, and end-to-end encryption. That is the most important, because right now there is current requirement the security, because security is the main issue for any conferencing and data sharing of any online privacy issues. A lot of things they are coming in encryption also. So we are working on, we almost have done some part of the encryption and trying to be launch this product, since we have already the minimal viable product of the Meet is already ready. We are planning to launch this video conferencing, and we did already some testing with some small organizations and some small groups of people. So it's managing streaming in case of low bandwidth also, and giving minimum possibility of line disconnections. So if you have any line disconnection problem while the streaming of the video conferencing, then we have optimized our code, and we have written our code and API in that way that it will not any like disconnection problem in the video conferencing. And it's a smooth streaming and dynamic voice detection also, and toggling remote videos also, and you can record and chat. Even we are giving chat backup also. So this is about the functionality. We just need to go to the website. This is our company and video conferencing qubit website. Just go to there and just start it. And second one is you have to register your email ID and your mobile number, that you will get registered here. And then you have to just log in here. Then you can send an invitation to the person to whom you want to do video conference. So I would like to show a little bit demo of that with the help of this video. You can see here. So this is the Meet application software. You just go to the get started and do your registration, then log in your mobile number and email ID what you have done your registration. Then you come to the dashboard of the Meet. Then using this dashboard, even if you have given user management database statics also, where you can see the in how many video conferences and how much data you have consumed, and all the things in the stat form you can see in the window in your dashboard also. Here's the list of meetings and the start time and end time, the history we are giving in the video conferencing. And yeah, here we can see here the wonderful is like it's a simple and user friendly sending invitation to the by email ID. So we are sending invitation by email ID at the initial stage. Just send to the invitation to the person in the multiple n number of people. You can give an invitation at the time you want to do the for the invitation of the meeting. So just send it and invite it on the video conferencing, and invitation mail will be like the person to whom we have sent it. Then we can see in the notification bar also. It will come in the you can see here a notification will shown in the top right corner as a host and as an attendee. You can see, and you can just join the meeting. So this is about the functionality part of the joining the meeting and registration, all the parts. In the next video, you can see the how it works as a video conferencing. You can see this is our video conferencing module. So I am doing a video conferencing under video conferencing. You can see this is our Meet video conferencing, and we are using Cisco also. It's very good platform also. But this is what we have done in the last 3 months by sitting at home and at minimum ability of resources with our great team in the last 2 or 3 months. So we can see we have given the messages also, and participants detail also, and the toggling window also. N number of people participant can be added in the meetings, and you can see the quality can be increased and decreased also. It's based on the like our coding and our functionality, and like subscription plan what the customers and the users want to do in their meetings. It's all about the needs and the requirement. So we have a call disconnection and audio muting and all that, and like maximizing and the windows. So these features are developed in last only 3 or 4 months. So this was about the functionality part of the video conferencing. So this is not only that, we have developed an application app also. The same functionality of the video conferencing with the help of app also, Meet. So you just go to the homepage and host meeting. You can see the profile and FAQ and all the details are there in the app. And just you have to just send invitation by host meeting. you can see the dashboard of the applications of the app. So we have an APK of that ready, or that is also ready. And this is about the project timeline, how we have started from the initial and what the current stage of our product development of the IQ Meet. So we incorporated our company last year in the Untitled Incubation Center, AIC BHU, in the campus of the already BHU. I'm a part of the already IIT BHU. So then we started the product development and testing from the February 2020 in the lockdown, and we have the prototype ready till the April. Then we did some testing and validation in June 2020, and now we have the product ready to pitch and launch. But we are doing right now also. So hope this will going to help a lot in the so how the revenue will be generated for the earning methodology? It's a business revenue model. This we are giving a free standard premium enterprise plan for the subscription of the video conferencing based on the requirement of the customer and user they want in their conferencing and the meeting and the seminar. So these are all the target customer of the IQ Meet. Basically, we are going to focus like education sector first. So we are trying to provide some online classes, and we are trying to collaborate with the UP startup IT policy also, so that the entire UP and education system can be online with our own IQ Meet video conferencing solution. We are trying to be in like collaboration and in communication with them also. And it's helping also so small enterprise and startup company also to start their business enterprise and video conferencing or IQ Meet. And since this is you can say the Make in India and Digital India and this initiative also, and so we have to, even PM Modi also is supporting like a Digital India and Make in India so that we have own employability and resources and all the kind of things in India also. So India is already sustaining this kind of system, so we can have this, we can develop it and deploy in the market. So this is our the current funding requirement which we are looking for the deployment of the software and the market to launch the product as soon as possible. Since it required a big marketing team and technology development team and hiring also. So we're considering all the detailed study of all the funding requirement. We did some survey and our studies and 30 millions or INR rupees almost required to launch the product globally, at least nationally in India. So these are our team member. These are our team member project mentor, Mr. Sal Kumar and Abhilasha Panwar, and these are our application development teams and these are web development team member. And this company, since I have incubated at Atal Incubation Center, AICBHU, and certified by the Startup India and Ministry of Electronics and Telecommunication, Government of India, and UP Startup ICT Policy. And also working with the Cisco thingQbator of IIT also to continuously support in the developing of the technology from the campus of IIT. And these are some achievement in the last 6 months. We are in the top 100 across the globe startup in the startup Istanbul, Turkey, and we were also United Nations Development Program, UN Embassy. We were top 25 from the India also in the global summit of the Sustainable Development Program of joint program by NITI Aayog and the UNDP of United Nations. So I'd like to thank you, and this was about my presentations, and hope you all like find it interesting, and you use our current user of the IQ Meet and give your feedback, and happy to collaborate and to work with if any professional want to like communicate and they want to work with us. These are our contact detail. You can see. So it's all about. Thank you.
Thank you, Team AccuMeet. It was a great presentation, guys. And I'm quite happy to see that you guys have achieved so much already and have been a part of so many things. And I wish that you guys get even more ahead with your project and be even more successful. And we all look forward. We are all looking forward to using your app in future. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Team AccuMeet. Now, Team Sia will be presenting.
Hello everyone, I am Akriti along with my team in China, and we are very excited to present our platform, Nirvana. Well, I am pretty sure most of us have either read or seen Harry Potter, yeah? But do you know that Harry Potter was rejected by 12 publishers before finally being published? What if it got rejected the 13th time as well, and we never got to know the boy who lived? Just think about how many great stories never make it to paperbacks. Also, do you feel frustrated when a movie or a novel does not end the way you want it to? When its middle is way too slow for you? Do you feel like you could have done a better job writing it? Well, you know what they say. If you can't find what you want to read, then you're the one who needs to write it. But writing a novel and getting it published, it's a tedious job to do, right? I mean, get an idea, write a manuscript, tackle writer's block, find an agent, and keep waiting for the publishing companies to respond. That's one long process. What happened? Your creativity and ideas went on a strike? Can't transfer your thoughts to your words? Well, it happens to all of us. You don't need to lose hope over that because that's where we come in. Nirvana, a platform to publish your untold stories. There is so much you can do to write better than the rest. Here are some features that will help you do just that. First, the plot generator, the outline sheets, story flow maker, and the grammar-rich editor. Now, a very wise person once said that if you can't think out of a writer's block, then you must definitely be able to write out of a thinking block. And that's exactly how we're going to help you with our plot generator. Write your way out of a writer's block by generating unique themes, conflicting situations, and write as per your mood and requirement. Make your prompt generator think along the arc you want it to think along. Now that your creative cells are energized and you have a plot, let's create some amazing characters, give them a backstory and a compelling motivation. Let's create some interesting characters that your readers will fall in love with. We have a plot. We also have its characters ready. That's it. That definitely calls for a break, right? So how about we step into a bookstore? What would you look for in your books while you're selecting one book from the bookstore? Will you see the cover, the description? Well, these are pretty important. But another very important thing is that the story must have a definite and strong outline. The chapter outlines, the writing structure, the time period. They all play a very important role in holding the reader's attention. And how do we plan on doing that? The same way we plan anything with a flow. That's right, by creating flowcharts. You can plan your story timeline, you can plan the chapter flows, and you can also create multi-character point of views. And yes, those are quite popular nowadays. You can even use that while discussing your plan with the publishers, and a promising outline is vital in the publishing process. Doing all of what we just said might be a little tough for one person alone, don't you think? And co-authoring a book with someone just as good as you is not exactly an unheard of concept. But why to limit ourselves to the people around us to collaborate on a book with? Let's increase our search parameters and look all around the world to find ourselves the perfect co-authors and friends. Post your collaboration requests and let writers from across the world see it. Co-author books that are planned and written together and gain from each other's strengths. Now let's see. We have a plot, we have some cool characters, we have a strong story outline, and probably a very interesting co-author as well. So what are you waiting for? Start writing the manuscript and let a grammar-rich editor edit it for you. Find out what readers love and grow every day from an amateur writer to a best-selling author. Rise to popularity with reads and thoughts, and get the best publishers to turn your manuscript into a paperback. Get the best publishing offer without having to email the manuscript and wait for months. Now, here is how your experience with us is going to look like.
This is how our platform Nirvana is going to look like. These are the screens. Here are the tools that we're going to provide. You can explore through your favorite genre and select anyone you like. Also, you can put filters through your search. For ongoing books, completed books, and age group, of course. You can also add books to your library. To start a new book, you'll have to fill book details as shown here.
This is what our text editor is going to look like. And here are the tools that we're going to provide. This is the plot generator that we have made so far. We have various categories here, as you can see. This is our team SIA. At last, I would like to thank everybody for providing us this great opportunity, and especially Rohan sir for guiding us through this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Team Sia. You guys are literally giving a platform to budding writers, and that's such a great initiative. Thank you so much for like just all the best to you guys. Next up, we'd like to, okay, to the audience, thank you so much for all your comments in the comment section. There were so many and also motivating and supporting at the same time. So just keep showering us with your love and support so that we are all motivated throughout this event.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Team Sia, for the presentation. Next team I would like to present is Team Proxy Cam.
Hello, I am going to share my screen.
Sure.
I am here to present MNNIT 18 Team Proxy Cam. So, what is Proxy Cam? Is it some system which will take care of attendance and proxies of a college, school, or anything like that? I am going to show you a real scenario and then a video. So, is found affected by COVID-19, can we seal the entire society? Or is it feasible to lock down the entire society? No. So, a Noida-based administration has come up with an idea which focuses on the contaminant of the area instead of sealing the entire society. Now, I am going to present you a video.
Hello, this is John, looking so upset. Now, Vikram came into the picture and said, "Hey John, why are you so upset, man? What is the problem?" John said, "You know, in my company, all members are infected with the COVID-19. We are not capable of recognizing which person has the COVID-19 or which person has not. Okay, don't worry, we have solution. I know a solution. You know, Proxy Cam is a good solution for your problem. That is called COVID-19 technology as Proxy Cam. So Proxy Cam basically a camera-based technology in which you can detect the temperature of the human body or employee. If it increases the 38 degrees Celsius above, then it will notify you in your phone with the name of your employee. That's it. Thank you so much, buddy, and thank you, John. Let's call the Proxy Cam.
So here the video. So let me clear our problem statement. So in India, COVID-19 cases increases rapidly. School, colleges are our backbone of our country. So we can't let them close for a longer time. Core family member dies or get affected due to symptoms can be detected at right time. Our economy is affected due to lockdown. So for this, we have a solution Our system will detect any person with COVID-19 symptoms. We have a Proxy Cam as a software which will detect the temperature of human body, and if it matches the symptoms of COVID-19, then it is going to alert the respective authorities. Not only that, it is going to track each and every people's place where it is present and also help in handling many crimes. So how it is work? Like you can see, it's our GUI in which first the camera will open. It is going to scan the entire area and along with the thermal sensor, which will detect the temperature of the human body. So it works in 4 steps. First, taking details and capturing the image of a person, then training the image and training our model with the saved place and mark the attendance or his or her present and area and notify to respective authorities. Also, if is dead, then it is going to alert the respective authorities and they will take care of that. So our value. So as we can see, it can be easily implemented with a CCTV camera along with a thermal sensor and a buzzer, which will cost around 3000 INR. And one more thing, it is available for everyone. Now, as we can see, the cases of COVID-19 increases exponentially. So we need something to take care of this situation. Our target audience. So our target audience is school, offices, departments, company, shop, colleges, society, home. Not only that, it can be implemented in anywhere. It can be a park or anything, which will going to detect the face along with their details. If also it is going to detect him or her, take his attendance, track him, and if any symptoms is detected, it can send the notification to their respective authorities, which will take care of that. Not only that, it is also take care of crimes because it is going to mark each and every one. Our project timeline. So at the beginning of June, we are thinking about making a system which will detect the presence of human and mark him and make a register of person. That we make a plan to add a thermal sensor which can detect the patient with COVID-19 symptoms. After that, later June, we have find a using OpenCV and Python. And at the beginning of July, our first prototype is ready. Use OpenCV and Python along with thermal sensor and a nearby estimation. As we can see, we need a thermal sensor, a buzzer, which will cost around 3000 INR, which is very cheap. And our scale up plan. We can make an Android app that can send notification. We can make it more portable, just like electric meter, we can set up anywhere. In the upcoming period, we will focus on recognition with face mask or masked face. In future, with the help of app, we can determine the cough symptoms of a person also. When a person with COVID-19 symptoms is recognized, we will send message to the hospital also and they will take care of that. This is our team. I, Atannu Sen, Utkarsh Kumar Nag, Abhishek Ranjan, and Sanchit Singh. Any questions?
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Team Proxy Cam, for your presentation. It was a great presentation. And also, thank you for taking an initiative to build a device to detect the coronavirus. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Team Proxy Cam. Now I would like to call our last team to present. That is Team Hackerjacks.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Parul Seth, and it gives me immense pleasure to interact with you all today. So let's talk about our first internship, which was mostly about colleagues and seniors asking us to get coffee for them. On my first day of internship, I was also asked to do so, but the coffee machine there looked like this, with lots of buttons, and I was so confused, and as I had no idea how to use it, and I just wished that there could be something to help me with that. Since we cannot carry instruction manuals everywhere with us, why can't we have something on our phone that could help us to use the products we use in a day-to-day life? So that's how we thought of AI manuals. AI manuals would be very convenient as it would be there in our phones. It would take much lesser time than those textual instruction manuals. It will help user as it would be more interactive and user could actually perform the step-by-step virtual guide with more clear visualization. So our vision is to provide an application to the people that teaches them anything around them to how to use it.
Let's meet Rohit Verma. Rohit is an IT professional working in Bangalore, and his parents live in Delhi. This Diwali, Rohit decided to give his parents a microwave. The microwave arrived, but his parents didn't know how to use it, and the user manual was not of much use. So Rohit gave our app to his parents so that they could understand the working of a microwave in a better way. So this was Rohit's parents' experience.
Step 1. Before setting up, make sure you have all the components. Microwave, turntable and glass tray. Step 2. Open your microwave. Gently pull the door to open. Step 3. Place turntable. Position the turntable on the circular groove. Step 4. Place glass tray. Place glass tray on top of the turntable. Great job! You are all set to use the microwave. Start button. This performs start function. Stop button. This performs stop, or clear function. Increase button. Press increase once. The cooking. Time buttons. These are buttons to set time for different intervals.
So finally, Rohit's parents were happy because they now know how to use the microwave. As we can see that in our app, step-by-step instruction was given for the installation process. It was interactive because images and objects were overlaid in real time into the microwave. Now it became easier to understand the installation process and functioning of different buttons in a better way through our app than through a user manual.
Our AI manuals are not just limited to electronics products. There's much more to it. We all love playing board games, and oftentimes we get confused about the rules or we had no idea how to begin with the game. For example, while playing chess, we often get confused at what moves does that particular piece take. For that, we have made an AI app, and for this, you just need to scan a QR code, and an augmented reality chessboard will appear on your screen. And you will tap on a particular piece, and there will be the detailed description of that piece along with the audio support. Moreover, you may also know about how this particular piece moves. You just need to tap on it and it will show the movement of that particular piece. Once you know about the game, you can actually play the game in our app, and while playing, it will help the U by showing the all possible move. It will highlight the all possible moves you can take. So this is our AR chess manual.
Furthermore, we have a online web portal which will enable us to use an AR-enabled applications. For the users to use an AR-enabled applications, we have developed an online web portal. It has following functionalities. First one is the login functionality. The login functionality is available for both existing users and the admin. Next is a user registration page. That is, a user must have to register first on our portal for using our applications. This is an admin dashboard page. Admin has the functionality to upload an APK file for various applications, which would be visible onto the user dashboard as shown. This is our team profile. We have Parul Seth, Priya Joshi, Pranjal Bajaj, and Kritika Sija as our team members. At last, I like to thank all who helped and supported us in our project journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Team Hackerjacks. Your app will definitely make it a lot easier for people to understand the uses of games and applications. And it won't be even boring to read a manual anymore. So thank you so much for the great initiative.
Thank you.
Now that we're done with all our presentations for this lot and for this event, and to be very honest, the starting team from Team Rahi till the ending team, Team Hackerjacks, all these presentations were beautiful and very interactive. But now moving into the panel discussion for this slot with our mentor and panelist Avik Dhupar, he has been mentoring and guiding all the teams under his supervision with all his might. And we are very honored that he is a part of our journey. Hello, hello Avik, we are very glad to have you here with us.
Hi Nandini, thank you so much for the amazing intro. I'm pretty honored to be a part of this program as well, and it's been a total pleasure mentoring all the teams and working with all the teams on an individual basis to try and solve their problems.
Thank you so much. Now for the panel, panel members from the teams, we have Ria from Keyboard, we have Akriti from Team Sia, we have Abhijit from Team NMNIT 16, we have Parul from Hackerjacks, Atuna from Proxy Cam, and Sumit from AccuMeet. Panelists, please switch on your cameras and I will just hand over the mic to Avik and you can go do your thing. All the best, guys.
Okay, guys, firstly, I think everyone has made a phenomenal presentation, and obviously, you can't make a phenomenal presentation without an amazing product. Let me dive right into some of the questions that I thought I had for you guys. Keyboard secure. I think the application that you're working on is really interesting considering the number of attacks that are going on these days and the number of data breaches that are happening around the world. What was your personal inspiration behind this idea?
Yeah, so basically, as we are seeing already, that the data breaches are happening in numerous, different ways. Like they have into device directly, or they even send a text message through which the data breach happens, or even whenever we chat with somebody, that is not secure. So we thought that due to the increase in the data breaches, making a similar application that will help ensure end-to-end encryption is not that doesn't sound appealing to us. So even nowadays, VPNs are also being attacked. For that, the solution is to add an extra layer upon the VPN so that the breaches cannot happen. The phishing attacks may be reduced to an extent. So we thought of making that extra layer that will protect any sender and receiver communication between both of the parties. Like it can be any party. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a very interesting inspiration for you guys. Indeed, I think that truly makes sense. Well, in that case, I want to dive a little deeper into the encryption technology that you guys are using and how easy or hard is that to break?
Yeah, the thing is, for the starting, we thought that why not use the existing encryption technologies? We have so many like RSA, AES, and etc. But for but after that, when we saw that these encryption techniques are not enough to restrict the data breaches that are happening, and that are also increasing day by day. So we thought of why not using let's just remove these homogeneous technologies that exist as individuals. Let's use the hybrid technologies, like the mixture of any two encryption technologies, or maybe three. So as we were browsing the internet and gaining the information about how to go about this, so we came across the text secure protocol, which is basically a cryptographic protocol that can be used to provide end-to-end encryption. Okay, so it can work in group calls as even. So the main motive that we thought of using this protocol is it uses AES-256, SPERF25519, and HMAC SHS SHA 256 as primitives, as the basics. So if this is having the mixture of all, the same thing that we wanted to have in our application, why not use the protocol? Because it have a lot of functionalities and features added to it. So why not, for starters, let's just try and using this protocol.
Quite interesting to hear. I must say and appreciate that it's very thoughtful of you guys to not implement your own encryption technologies or your own encryption algorithms, but rather to combine two or more algorithms, because the algorithms that already exist have been either been proven to be secure or been proven to be insecure, right? So it kind of makes sense to combine those algorithms rather than recreating your own algorithm, which is going to take another few years to develop and then test. Interesting. Well, I understand the technologies that you're using, but what about the attacks that can occur on the operating system itself? For example, if an Android device itself is rigged, would your app still work as intended?
See, we are not aiming to basically protect the device from breaching or phishing attacks. We are aiming to just secure the conversation that is happening between any two parties across the world or worldwide. It can be between two security professionals, or maybe between a security organization that takes care of the VPN and provides you with different kinds of networks, and a particular individual sitting at home also. So irrespective of your device, this application will work even see if your device is rigged or have any data breach. See, you said operating system hacked, right?
Correct.
Okay, so this does not take care of that thing. If operating system is hacked, that is something the issue with the device. But our application only focuses on to provide something extra for the third-party applications that already exist as a medium to communicate between the sender and the receiver, because an individual basically feels more secure conversing to other person with the already available applications. You see, we feel more secure conversing through WhatsApp because it is so easy to use and we are so used to it. So we thought the application part would be more beneficial, because we are more prone to the applications that are already in our phone.
I understand. Well, great stuff, Ria. I suggest that you continue using the algorithms that you're using. It's looking pretty strong at the moment, and all the best. I think that's all for the questions for you guys.
Thank you so much.
I think we can move to the next thing. That's MNA9016. Quite a cool demo, guys, and a very interesting application as well. I have a couple of questions for you guys. How do you? Okay, well, I think the first thing that I want to ask you is, what was your inspiration behind this idea? What got you guys inspired to build something like this? Akriti, are you there?
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Can you hear
Abhijit.
me?
Yes, Abhijit, go ahead.
Okay, sir. So the main inspiration behind this is like, so recently my father purchased a land, and just to know about, so he contacted to a developer, and that developer claims to be that I'm developing this land, and I have done all the legal formalities. For example, the conversion of agricultural land to non-agricultural land, so that you can develop and all stuff. So just to verify that stuff, he has to go to the court, and yeah, I'm specifically talking about the Nagpur. Okay, Maharashtra, Nagpur. So he has to go to the court, and there he has to like apply for a form which cost him like 250, and after 2 days he get the form. I don't know what's the reason, but the main motivation behind this is that the information is not uh, easily accessible. So we just wants to make this thing such that everyone can access the information quite easily, rather than the manual way of getting the information.
I understand, sure. So you actually had a problem that you faced personally, and that's the motivation behind implementing this. Well, really, really cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Super. Another question to you guys is a little more technical, and I am not sure if I fully understand blockchain. Can you tell me what are the advantages of a blockchain system that you developed as compared to a regular web-based system, or for example, a regular banking system? I understand yours is not a banking application, but
Yeah.
something as secure as a bank application versus a blockchain system. Can you explain the differences between the two, and what are the advantages, and why did you choose to move this to a blockchain instead of a database
Okay.
that you would maintain?
Okay, sir. So just to explain what is blockchain is like you can consider it as a linked list. Okay. So basically, one block has a data in it, and it has an hash in it, and hash is like hash is 256 SHA 256 hash, so which basically takes the entire data which is inside the block and create a hash of it, like the 256 bit of it. Okay, so whatever data you have added in that blockchain, suppose you have a block and you have added some data to it. Okay, and now you compute its hash. Okay, so the data and now you have computed hash, and you have stored that hash in a block. Okay, so for example, if you change a single bit, a single character of that the data of the block, then the complete hash will change, like it will change dramatically. So basically, using the blockchain technology, you cannot change the data which has already written inside that block. So the traditional way of database is like, yeah, you have written some data to it, and the main admin has the power to change that data. But with the blockchain, you cannot change that data, because once if you try to change the data, the complete hash will disrupt, and the entire chain will falls apart. So the main idea is that the land registry is like the who is the owner of land. This information is public, like anyone can get the access to that information. So we want a such type of system such that the information is public to all, but no one is allowed to change that information. So that's why we have used the blockchain, so that we have added all the data to the blockchain, each and every blocks, and that thing is public, that anyone can see it. But we just want to make it such that no one can change it. So that's the motivation for using the blockchain rather than the traditional databases.
Understood. So, what you're trying to say is that instead of a single admin controlling the entire database, as
Yeah.
happens in a typical system,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
single admin does not control the entire blockchain in this case. So
Uh,
can you help me understand who is it who actually controls the blockchain? Is it the user? Is it a set of users?
okay.
How does one control or push, for example, to the blockchain?
So I will explain you with an example. Okay, so in our case, there are two parties who wants to commit a transaction. Okay, let's just say the person A wants to send his land to person B. Then this transaction will be created with their names. Obviously, that this person wants to transaction this amount of land. We will create a block of it. Okay, and then this transaction is sent to the government office. Okay, obviously digitally. The government office will verify every documents and every legal formalities regarding to it, and once they have verified everything, that thing will be added to the blockchain with the SHA 256, right? and that thing cannot be changed by anyone, not even the admin can change that information.
Got it.
So
So just
basically,
that. Go ahead.
when a government add that transaction to the blockchain, this blockchain will be made public to everyone, so that once it has been added, no one can change it. And if suppose one admin tries to change it, then everyone will claim that, okay, you have added this transaction on this much time, and now you're saying that no, this data has been changed. So basically, the admin cannot, once the data has been added by the admin, then the admin cannot change the data. That's the main crux of it.
Understood. Understood. So any pre-existing data cannot be updated
Yes,
to
sir.
the
Not by even
previous
admin.
location. If it has to be updated, it has to be pushed, for example, to a new block where you can
Yes,
see that earlier the information was stored as A and now it has been updated to say B. Is that right?
Exactly.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yes, sir. So that's the motivation we use to choose blockchain over the traditional database.
All right. Well, I hope, Abhijit, this idea goes ahead, and I wish you all the best for the implementation for this. And I'd really look forward that when I perhaps am ready to buy some piece of land, I look forward to using your application and the blockchain.
Thank you, sir.
All right, I think that's all the questions that I have for you. Next up, Sumit from Team Accumate.
Hello, hi.
Hi. Very interesting problem that you're trying to solve, Sumit, the video call tool. So again, I would like to ask you, what was your inspiration behind this idea? What was your motivation to build this, despite so many applications like Skype and Zoom already being there and being vastly used by a large number of people? What was your inspiration for this?
Yeah, this is a wonderful questions because I also want because this thing this all load on the server because
So, Sumit, I'm really sorry. I need to pause you here because, to be honest, I am unable to hear you. Uh, can you try to close your video and just continue with the audio? Can you try to pause your
yeah,
video
fine.
and just continue
Is
with
that
the audio,
audible?
please?
Yeah, now.
It's a little better. But okay, Sumit, here's what we're going to do. Let me come back to questions for you probably probably towards the end. Maybe the network would have improved by then. So, Team Accumate, I think we will take up your questions at the end. We'll finish a panel discussion towards the end of the session. And in the meantime, I'll move on to the other teams.
If I'm audible, then I continue. So is it audible to you?
I think it's still cracking, Sumit. So as I mentioned, let's keep it for the end and see if it improves a little later.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay. I think in that case, I'll move on to the next team. That's Team Sia. Well, a very interesting implementation, a very interesting application that you guys are building to connect the amateur writers with mentors and other audiences and even co-authors for their ongoing and complete reports. Well, what was your inspiration behind this? Are you guys writers? Do you come from an author's background or something like that?
Actually, no, we don't come from an author's background, but I am a very avid reader, and I love reading a lot of books, fiction novels, and all of that. So, just in the beginning of my presentation, I mentioned about Harry Potter being rejected by 12 authors. I read that in some article, and I was so shocked by knowing that. And I just thought that if Harry Potter could be rejected 12 times, how many great stories would we would never be able to read, and there must be some platform to read these stories. So I found out about platforms where you can write and publish, but nothing was being done to help the writers improve. Like for a first time writer, like if I want to write something, I would get scared by the process and I won't be able to write something. So I wanted to do something that helps you write step by step and helps you in every step while writing and publishing your book. So that's what inspired us to like create a platform for this.
Very interesting. You mentioned that your platform helps you discover co-authors. Can you talk about how it is helpful in discovering co-authors, and how do you actually help people find co-authors for their ongoing projects?
Yes. Like while co-authoring the book, you would, if you are writing a book, you go to someone you know, another writer you know. But that search would be limited to the people you already know. On our platform, what we'll be able to do is, if I have an idea, I haven't thought much about it, but I want to write a book and I want to co-author with it, I can just write down about what I am thinking about writing and post a collaboration request. That collaboration request can be seen by everyone. You can filter their requests by genres and the areas that other people write, and they can discover your request and show interest. Then you can communicate with those people on a chat, and once you have an understanding, you can start collaborating on a book. So you don't need to already know that person. You can find different people from across the world.
Wow, that's really interesting, and I'm not sure, but I don't think any such platforms already exist. So this is a really cool, one of its kind platform that's out there. Let me tell you that. Quite interesting. Another main problem that authors usually face is probably publishing. So, how do you guys also help with publishing? Do you plan to spin off into a publishing company as well, or do you plan to play completely in the co-authoring and an online authoring platform?
The major focus is an online authoring platform, but we will try to get the writers, get the books, like the publishing companies can also use this platform to filter out the books. Like as a publisher, you get the books, the manuscripts in your mail, and you will not have any way of filtering that. There's going to be a lot of books, and how are you going to be able to filter which one you should select for publishing and which will not? Here you can get reader reviews and applauds by the readers and filter based on that rating. So that helps you, and you can directly get in touch with the writer. The writers will also probably make the story flow on the same platform, so you can discuss over that as well. So that makes the things easier. Finding the authors, but makes the process of finding authors easier.
Got it. Quite interesting. So that is essentially a kind of a vetting that an author can do before he goes ahead and publishes his book. He can basically get the feedback from your platform and from various readers or from other authors. And depending on the feedback as to how he's performing, how the book seems to be performing, the writer can choose to publish with an external publisher. Well, quite an interesting concept, guys. Keep it up, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to the next team, Team Proxy Cam. Atanu, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, great. Atanu, quite an interesting presentation and a very useful concept as well in the times of the COVID disease spreading all around us. So I understand that COVID is definitely one of the inspiration or motivation behind this idea. But what about any other inspiration? Do you have any other motivation for doing this? And a very general question: if you are going to be using this for this application, for example, in a school or a college, why do you want to make your friends' lives hard by automatic facial recognition and no proxies?
I don't know about my friend, but I have think. But main thing is that take care of many securities also, because if our system is at some place and if something bad happens, then anyone can track who is present at that time. So that's why we have made this product. Earlier we are thinking about that way, but then due to this COVID-19, we have embedded this thermal sensors and all that, so that if anything happens, we all can.
What is the purpose of cultural? I definitely that in terms of if you're talking cultural assessment.
So, understood. Sure. So, at the face of it, I think the implementation of this technology seems to be very expensive as compared to a standard register and a pen implementation for, say, attendance tracking. How do you think you can bring the cost down, and what are some other ways in which you are planning to optimize the system and use it in other applications?
Cut down, if camera is present, we only need thermal sensor because it is important part in this pandemic situation, so it is must. And to cut down this, we can use our existing system, we can use laptop or anything, but we need thermal sensor. This is must. So to cut down, what we can do, we can make use of in place of computer, we can use normal any devices, small devices like Raspberry Pi or anything which can cost down the devices. But if we have a huge system, then it is going to take care of many systems at once. So it depends. And also using Raspberry Pi or anything, it also makes it more most portable. So we have to think about that.
Interesting. So what you're proposing is that instead of using a full-fledged computer, a full PC setup that is probably going to cost more than 50,000 rupees for one system along with a webcam, you want to use a cheaper and a smaller computer like a Raspberry Pi, which would probably cost you less than, in these days, it's probably going to cost you less than 2,000 rupees to implement the entire system, yes? Interesting. That's quite cool. And also, I think the Raspberry Pi would actually allow you to make a system a lot more scalable and a lot easier to manage, because a Raspberry Pi already comes with various forms of networking on board, and it is such a small, tiny computer that that uses very little power and is going to be super portable. Like it can literally fit in your pocket, right?
Yes, that's why we are testing it with Raspberry Pi, but due to this pandemic situation, we don't. We have little bit problem for getting hardware and stuff. So we will make sure that it will work with Raspberry Pi, and also, as I have told, that we can also use make it so that it can also detect masked faces and all that.
Wow, that's going to be really cool. Okay, moving on to the next question. During the testing of your application, did you get any false positives or false negatives? What is the rate of the same?
The accuracy rate is above 94%. I think this is good. And along with and if we talk about the thermal sensor, we are working on it. We are working on it, and the buzzer and all the thing, we will do it later, because we are not because we don't get the high. That's a problem in this pandemic situations, else it is easier to implement. And we have got more than 94% accuracy. I think that's enough for now.
Very interesting, Apnu. I think 94% accuracy is pretty good for a project that's probably only about 6 weeks old. So I wish you all the best, and I hope this accuracy reaches about 100% as soon as possible. And thankfully, at least I am out of school and college, so I don't have to give any proxies. But well, I hope it doesn't happen here after once a solution is implemented. So all the best and keep it up.
Thank you.
All right, I think we are going to move to the next thing, which is Hackerjacks.
Hi, sir.
Hi, Parul. Parul, a very, very cool application. I am impressed. What a phenomenal presentation along with the live demo. That was really, really cool. And I think I'm going to start cursing all the products around me because none of them come with a manual like the ones that you guys are going to provide. So
Yes, sir.
let me straight up ask you, what was your motivation behind this idea? What products user manual did you hate so much that you had to come up with something like this?
We have seen that whenever we buy a new product, people usually don't read the user manual and they straight away start using it. So that might cause that they miss certain important functionalities and which might trouble them later on. So during my internship days, I was getting a coffee there, and there was a machine, and I had no idea how to use it. And I wish that if I had an app that could help me at that moment with how to use the product, that would be really great. So I discussed with my team, and we thought that there could be many use cases. And then we asked various people about that, and we get to know that they usually don't read manuals at all, and they straight away start using the product. And we also got that they find problem in board games and all the electronics product. And that's how we thought that it would be much more convenient if people have an app that could help them with the products they used in the day-to-day life. That's how we thought of it.
Quite interesting, isn't it? And a problem that giving a solution for a problem that you guys face for yourselves. I think you already have a product market fit in that sense, right? So
Yes.
that's really, really cool. However, I think augmented reality or virtual reality on the whole seems to be having adoption which is pretty low. So how do you plan to increase the adoption of the AR technology itself?
I agree that adoption is quite slow right now. It is a challenge, but people are unknowingly already using the AR. Like when they use a Snapchat filter or an Instagram filter, or they play a Pokemon Go. So they are familiar with what AR is. It's just that they are not much aware about it. So awareness is the main thing. And now even big companies like OnePlus has just launched its launch event in AR, which was quite cool. And more companies are now adopting it in they are adopting all this virtual design into their workflows to avoid the human interaction. And the point of AR is that you don't need any extra headgear or hand controllers. You just need your phone, which we all carry. So I think that soon AR will be very familiar with the people, and it will become part of our daily life.
Understood. Well, yeah, indeed, that's quite an interesting point that people are already using the augmented reality technologies heavily, except they just don't know that it's called as AR.
Yes,
That makes sense. All right. Okay, so what are some of the more home-focused applications that you guys are working on or that you guys have developed? Where else could I use this technology inside my house and also possibly outside my house, apart from games?
We have just made for microwave and board game, and now we are planning to go for the washing machines, and they are fully automatic washing machines which have lots of different modes. So people call technicians at their home to understand about all those buttons. So that would be deducted if they have the app which will tell them about all the buttons. Apart from washing machine, you could also use for vacuum cleaners, or even for the furniture assembly. When we order furniture from online, and we could assemble on our own just by using an app. We could use it for smart watches or smart bags. There's a lot of things that it could be used for.
Well, quite interesting. I think the furniture idea is really cool. Have you guys considered pitching it to IKEA or the likes?
Yeah, we have thought about it. Let's see what happens.
Oh, well, that's amazing. I wish you guys all the best there. And
Thank you.
I must say, a superb demo, and really looking forward to using your applications in daily life.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Parul. We are going to move on to our last theme for the day, MNN 16. Sumit, are you here? Sumit, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Sumit. Sumit, can you hear me? Okay, I think I'm having a little bit of trouble pulling Sumit in. I'm sorry, the team's name is Accumate, and I'm trying to pull in Sumit, but he's having some issues.
Sumit, am I audible to you?
It's audible.
Okay, Sumit, you are not audible properly, so maybe try sending your messages in the chat and I will speak it for you, okay?
I think your voice is audible to me. It's clear. So,
Okay.
audible to.
Yes, it is audible for now. Okay, so Avik, I think you can go ahead. I'm here for backup.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Nandini. Sumit, a really, really cool demo and an amazing pitch. It seriously sounded like you were here to raise the money for your product. I think the first question to you goes, as usual, what was your motivation behind building this product, despite of so many other, video call tools already existing in the market? What was your inspiration to do this right here? Sumit, I'm sorry, I have to pause you there because your voice is completely inaudible.
Sumit, I'm so sorry everyone for the technical issues. Sumit, just type your answer in the chat box and I'll speak it out for you, okay? And you can just mute yourself and you can listen to the suggestions or questions or feedback. Okay, until he's typing his answers in the chat box, I would like to thank the audience again for your support. Guys, thank you so much for all the comments you have uh, written down in the comment section below. They're all very motivating and a lot support. So thank you so much for that. Keep commenting, guys. We're still live and we are still have like few questions to go.
I'm not sure, but I think it would have been great if we can use an accurate to conduct this. Probably that would have fixed its problem.
Yeah, but there's a lot of internet issues so right now. There are obviously pros and cons to having a video call on live. Pro. Okay, so Avik, until Sumit giving his answer, would you please like to share about your experiences you had through these 6 weeks?
Okay, well, it has been quite an intensive program for all the teams, in my opinion. They were having test series in between and they were going through a lot. Even at college, they had remote classes, believe it or not. So they were sitting at home and taking a video conference of the class. I'm not sure how that goes about, but anyway, considering my own scenario and looking at all the people around me, I think work from home is or study from home is a lot more tedious and a lot more harder and a little more time consuming overall. So it's quite impressive that all the teams have put in so much of effort and so much of time still developing all the products and working so hard to develop all of this and have a demo, a real demo up and running in 6 weeks. That's just phenomenal. I'm thoroughly impressed. And I personally served as a mentor myself, and trust me, the teams have worked really, really hard and come up with some really, really cool ideas, which I probably could not even think of doing perhaps even 5 years back.
Thank you.
I mean, look at these ideas. We have virtual reality, we have augmented reality, we have people using encryption, deploying encryption on a large scale, people already using blockchains, developing with blockchains. I think these are ideas that were basically unheard of until 5 years back. So definitely, teams still being in college and developing such good products, it's really, really cool.
No, thank you so much. And I think that is why, because of all the mentors, experience we have shared with all the teams, they've actually developed the prototype in 6 weeks, and they were successful in it, and they did not lack in it because you were there to support and mentor all the teams every single step of the way. So thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure having you here for the past 6 weeks. So I feel like Sumit's connection isn't very good. So we'll move on. Answer your questions personally. Okay? I hope that's okay. So now I would like to thank all the people on the panel who actually answered all the questions, and you were so crisp and innovative with your presentations and your answers. Thank you so much, Avik, for the panel discussion. It was really interactive and inspiring. And thank you to the audience who joined us throughout. So you have been a very great supportive audience to us, and we're very glad for that. Now that the presentations and the panel discussion is over, I would like to call forward Mr. Abhijit Sinha to share his experiences with us. His experiences regarding the internship program.
Hey, can you hear me? I hope you can see me. All right. That was quite a nice panel. Thanks, Avik. I think very, very good panel. Right, perfect after the wonderful presentations that we saw. I think throughout, my job usually keeps me behind the scenes, which means that I actually did not have so much interaction with the participants or the projects. And so for me, it was more about seeing the differences between the beginning and and now, and that difference seems to be quite a lot, and that's really amazing from my perspective, that the projects that people are doing, and the ideas that they're pursuing, that they could actually use these 6 weeks to develop that forward. I'm quite happy. I mean, quite proud actually to see the quality of projects on the platform, and on presentations today, yesterday, day before yesterday. I have to take a minute to thank all the people who put in the effort of making sure that this happens, right? So again, it is more visible, what the presentations are, but it's not so visible what the organizing team does in order to make all of this run smoothly. There is chaos every minute. There are WhatsApp groups, and there are WhatsApp groups for WhatsApp groups. So it's really not that easy to manage. There is one problem after another every day, and I've seen emails and work happening 3 o'clock in the night, 4 o'clock in the morning, and that is some kind of commitment that is difficult to see usually. So a huge round of applause for the organizing team, you guys who did a fantastic job making this work. The mentors, of course, I don't think any more praise could be showered. They have been impeccable. I think every team would realize and see how much impact a mentor has, their own mentors have brought to them. Um, and of course, it's hard being a mentor because you have to keep your own biases in check, and that's quite hard because you have to give opinions and suggestions, but then ultimately it's the team's idea, which means you have to ensure that they are following their own passion and not yours. So I always find it very commendable when people are able to do that, and I think that was quite nice about the mentorship as well in this program. That even till now, the teams are working on their own ideas and not a mentor's idea or not somebody else's. So well done, of course, and then no doubt the teams have put in the midnight oil as well, and um, again 6 week is 6 weeks are nothing. 6 weeks pass by without realizing anything. Ask your friends who were not in this program. They would not see much difference between 6 weeks ago and now. And it is really amazing when you can remember 6 weeks and what you did and what happened in a period of 6 weeks. And so I feel that if in 6 weeks this actually led to growth or being able to improve in one way or another, then that is an achievement by itself. I think even in the beginning when we were designing the program, we discussed it that we might think that everybody will achieve the same thing, but that's not going to happen. Different people will take different things from the program, and that's okay, right? That's perfectly fine as long as what they're taking is what they actually need. So I mean, of course, I would love to hear more from the participants. I think we'll have a discussion afterwards, but I think it has been a tremendous learning experience for all of us. When we design something, we make sure that it's a learning experience not only for the participants but also for the organizers, for the mentors, for everybody, because ultimately we are a learning organization, right? So I think that's really awesome, and great job done. And thank you audience who are watching. Thank you people who have supported this. Thank you NASSCOM and NASSCOM Foundation and Cisco for putting together the resources that were needed, because it is easy to say that things are not happening in this country, people are not moving forward, technologies are not being built, and everything is imported from China. But unless you put your money to where your mouth is, unless you start investing in people who will build these things, who are going to create these resources that we are cribbing about, nothing changes. And most cases you don't find partners like that who are willing to invest in young people, in the right people, and help them go all the way forward. So I hope that continues. I think our role in the thingQbator is coming to an end, but the thingQbators continue. I think NASSCOM and Cisco will continue working in many different ways and supporting many other projects. And on behalf of Project DEFY, I can say that there is obviously 100% availability and will from our side to be there for you, to be there to support you and help you no matter what happens. We have gone through this ourselves. We are still going through some of the challenges, and we understand. So we will always be there, even when it's a nightmare, when nobody else wants to help. We will be very willing to help you through that process. So yeah, I think that's it. And thank you all of you guys. Thank you Nandini, Vanshika, Vikram, everybody who's in the team.
Thank you so much, Abhijit. Thank you, and thank you also for supporting us throughout the program and having our back. Thank you so much. We really couldn't. Program really wouldn't have been successful without your support and your guidance and help. So thank you so much. Next, we have Joshua. between us, and he's the operational manager at NASSCOM Foundation. So, Joshua, I would request you to go ahead and say a few words.
Well, thank you so much, Vanshika, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was not, I don't think most of them must be knowing me, but yeah, I lead this project. So this is something like a very good opportunity for me to be here listening to most of your project. I was offline and listening to you all through YouTube and Facebook, and it was really interesting. Like most of the projects, like mind blowing, I must say. It's like I'm like it's like can't believe that you people were able to do so many things in just 6 weeks. Oh my God! It's like s- I wish like this kind of thing is one of the greatest things is like COVID-19 couldn't stop something happening very live, and I really appreciate the effort that you people have put in, and all the teams, and like especially for this project, like Cisco, that they have invested so much, and I'm sure that this has not gone anything in vain, but so many ideas have come out, and a wonderful thing that you have brought out, and I'm happy to represent NASSCOM Foundation in this part. And in between, like the day and night commitment, like how even Abhijit was talking about, and I also heard from most of you teams actually. So many of them have spent sleepless nights actually to uh, bring this into a great success actually, and how to run this project, and so many changes that happen in between. And I was part of the planning initially, so it was wonderful the way they put their mind together to how bring everything, and especially the mentors also, like how they gave their time spending with everyone. And personally, like it was not their own ideas which came out, but then they wanted your ideas to become a great success and come out as a great prototypes. And I'm happy, and I really appreciate all the mentors, whoever is listening, and I'm thankful and grateful to you all, and you've done a great job. And the teams, obviously, I will not forget you all. You have been doing a great job. All the ideas were very unique, and you thought very much in depth about every single ideas. So I really appreciate it, and I don't want to take much more time. If I have missed anything, I don't know, but you have done a great job. I really loved this thing, and I would appreciate. I'm sure all the universities too really enjoyed it, because it was not that they were not listening. The classes were not happening or something like that, but something more unique thing is happening. Like you are bringing more lively thing, something happening to the society. You are brains behind the changes that's going to happen. So thank you, everyone. It was a good opportunity for you all, and thank you for giving me the chance to have a talk. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Joshua. Thank you so much, Abhijit, and thank you so for your wise and motivational words. They have actually, motivated us more, but they have motivated us to do more work, hard work in our life right now, even though this program is coming to an end. But still, we'll make you proud, because we are a community here, and just thank you for providing us with such a great platform to showcase our talents. So now moving forward, we have one of the most awaited ceremonies. It's the musical ceremony. We would love to take you all down the memory lane to show you the connections and excitement we have experienced in this past 6 weeks. This couldn't have been possible without our volunteer participants, Shraddha, Steve, Rishi, Priya, and Bharat. So, before showing you the outcome of our hard work, before showing you the video, I would be pleased to call Priya and say a few words about her experience.
Hi Nandini.
Hello.
Yeah, hi Vanshika. So it was great to have this musical program. Like in most of the internship, it's like work, work, and work. But because you guys decided that we should do something like this, and because of this, I get to know you better, and other guys as well. Like I just sang, but most of the part was done by them. Like the instrument and the editing part was done by them. So Bharat, Shraddha, Rishi, and Steve, these guys work like professionals and they did a great job. So thank you for making me a part of this.
Thank you so much, Priya. You just did not sing. You were the you were the voice of the musical. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
And next, I would like to call Rishi to say a few words.
Yeah, can you guys hear me and see me?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Okay, so it was great, musical, of course, and yeah, Bharat told me to tell that I miss him. So yeah, I miss Bharat. He's busy with the interview right now. And yeah, it was a great experience actually. It's not what we usually do on a daily basis. We work a lot, placements and stuff happening. So this was a good break from all of that, and it was fun.
Thank you so much, Rishi.
I looked horrible, but still, it was fun.
You don't look horrible, but thank you for your words. I'm glad that you had fun and it wasn't just another internship that you were, so overwhelmed with all the work, but you actually had fun. So thank you so much for that. Now we have one of our organizing team members, Rupal, who will be saying a few words about the musical ceremony experience.
Hi everyone. So I really had amazing time working on the musical, like the video we made with such amazing bunch of people out there, all of them. Like it was like reliving all the moments again, like what we spent in these 6 weeks while we were assembling all the photos and videos and audios. So it's very overwhelming. And thank you so much, like all the volunteers who were part of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Rupal, for your kind words. I I think we shouldn't take it, we shouldn't delay it further. I hope you're all excited for the musical video. I hope the audience is as excited as I am because believe me, guys, we've worked very hard throughout the 6 weeks, and this little musical ceremony just brought us all together, and it will be a sort of memory for all of us throughout our life. So without any further delay, I would like Arun to play the video, please. Arjun, I'm so sorry to interrupt in between. Could you please restart the video because we couldn't hear the audio? And I request everyone to mute themselves so that we can hear it. Thank you so much, Arun, for playing that video. I will play it once again because the video was lagging a lot. So, yeah, just a minute. Thank you, audience. I hope that even if you saw the glimpses of the video, you could see the journey that we have gone through these past 6 weeks. So thank you so much for being here and supporting us. Tell us how the video is after you watch it properly. Until then, we have Miss Megha ma'am with us. Okay, we'll be playing the video and after that we'll come back.
Isso stars. We're gonna capture the world. 'Cause you're a sky, 'cause you're a sky full of stars that should never leave you.
Okay, after watching the video one final time, it really did take me down to the memory lane for sure. And I would like to thank everyone again for making these past 6 weeks possible, and also to the audience for supporting us and commenting on the live. Now, I would like to call forward Miss Megha Bhagat. She is the co-founder at Project DEFY. Megha, please come up and say a few words.
Evening, everyone. Thank you, Vanshika. Thank you, Nandini. Thank you, the complete organizing team of the track, to have me here on what is possibly an amazing, amazing end to not just this track, but to the complete Cisco thingQbator internship. So I think I'm here with some final words about the possibility that all of you made happen, and not just in the project track, but the learning track and the startup track. The Cisco thingQbator internship formally comes to an end with today's Community Day. And I would have to say that each one of you, including the partners, the students, the mentors, the team at the back end, NASSCOM Foundation, Cisco, everybody made this possible, that in tough times like what we're going through right now, in uncertainties like what we're going through right now, students were able to come together, and still keep building, still keep working on their vision and mission to create local solutions to global problems. So I would say that this is a very successful edition of the internship program. And I would take this opportunity to thank each and everybody, to show immense gratitude to everybody who has plowed through the last, not just the 6 weeks of the internship that everybody saw, but also the work that has gone into it before that. And I would really align with what even Joshua said earlier about, the vision with which Cisco thingQbator was created and where it has reached right now. So thank you for giving me this opportunity, for working with all of you incredible people, for seeing how all of you kept the vision going among such tough times. And to the audience who over the last few community days has stayed strong. We saw some incredible engagement, questions. People are curious about what students are doing. And I believe that this is going to be the way forward of how students work on problems to solve them and to come up with solutions. So thank you so much once again to everyone today, and to everybody who's watching us from all over. For being here, and thank you so much for having me today through the whole day, through the whole evening. It was incredible watching the solutions come out. It was so cool seeing that everybody is so invested in the kind of world they want to create and in the kind of solutions that they want to bring out. So I'm very excited to see where everybody goes. I'm very excited to also see where the ideas go further, and with who everybody we will be in touch with. But thank you so much for having me here today. Over back to you, Vanshika.
Thank you so much, Megha, for your words of wisdom. Thank you for being here and making this internship program possible in the first place. Thank you very much for being here. And thank you to even Abhijit, Avik, Megha, to Joshua, and to everyone who has helped in making this program possible and helping us and supporting us throughout. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, before officially closing the event, I would really like the organizing team to come and share a few words and tell us what their experience has been this past few weeks. First, I would like to call Vikram.
Hey, Vanshika, I'm audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you for giving me a chance to speak. So just I would like to say like many thanks to my colleague, participant, mentors, as well as audience. And it would have been like a very difficult journey without you guys. And the entire credit goes to you all. And the major part of the program is that I never got distracted from this track. And finally we reached the point where we are supposed to be. So yeah, thank you once again, Vanshika. That's it.
Thank you, Vikram. Rupal, please go next.
Am I audible? Hi everyone, this is Rupal Mittal. It feels really overwhelming that all of us has made it through the internship program and worked really hard for like this 6 weeks to make all of it a success. Thank you so much, like all the partner organizations for the vision with which we could start and giving us this wonderful opportunity. Organizing all of this with like my lovely team, I really learned a lot and I'm really glad and grateful. Congratulations and thanks to all the teams who participated enthusiastically throughout the journey, and we really hope that we made an impact in some people's lives and or we could just help them in some way. I would like to thank my fellow teammates here, all of like you, Nandini, Vanshika, Vikram, Arun, all of them. Ishita, Sudeep, uh, for all the support and for being like there throughout. Last but not the least, thank you, Abhijit, for always guiding us and motivating us throughout this. Uh, that's it from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rupal. Thank you. Ishita, are you there?
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah.
Hi everybody. This is Ishita Malhotra. And I would only like to talk about how it was the first time that I joined in to be a part of the organizing team of such a prestigious event. And the thingQbator internship program really helped me so much to learn and grow as an individual and even as a participant. The entire journey, I would like to admit, was not easy, but it indeed was one of the most memorable and worth cherishing experiences. I would also like to congratulate all the participating teams and the organizing team who worked so hard all these 6 weeks. Every week, most definitely, was a learning process. Special thanks to Abhijit for always being there, and of course, all my fellow organizing team members, Vikram, Arun, Nandini, Vanshika, Drupal, Sudeep, everybody. I, of course, only look forward to seeing each and every team's project progress more and more. Thank you so much. That's it.
Thank you, Ishita. Thank you. Nandini, please share your experience as well.
Okay, since the beginning of the I've only said that I'm so glad to be here, and that is really true. For thank you everyone for giving this platform. Thank you NASSCOM, Cisco, Project DEFY, and NLIT Technologies for giving us these platforms that we can come here and show our talents. Thank you all the participants. Thank you all the teams for being so active. It was not you guys only who were learning. It was even me. I was the person who was learning throughout this journey. And thank you, the organizing team, Thank you for having my back all the time. Even if I have done something wrong, you were there to give me feedback and help me improve myself. Lastly, I would like to thank Abhijit. Thank you so much for always being there. We are very thankful for your weekly sessions, guiding us and supporting us throughout and motivating us to keep going and going that extra mile. So thank you so much, everyone. I would like Vanshika to say a few about her experience.
Okay, so I didn't even know that this program was happening a day before. Nandini introduced me to this program, and I'm very grateful for her to do so. And all the organizing team as well, guys. You've all been so supportive and accepting of me, and thank you so much. Thank you to all the participants as well for being so interactive and enthusiastic and being working so much on their project and helping and supporting everyone. Thank you to Abhijit. Yes, again, thank you to Abhijit for guiding all of us every week. We had a session with Abhijit, and he really appreciated us and helped us even when we were wrong. He had our back. Thank you so much for that. And that's it. I think this program was a really learning experience for me too. No, even though I'm not in the technical department, but still I learned a lot from all the sessions, be it the mentor sessions or the speaker sessions that we had by different very great people. So I've learned a lot from this program, and I'm taking back a lot. So thank you so much for making this possible, all of you. Thank you to the audience who have been listening and who have been so supportive. That's it from my side.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here and making this event possible and successful. I thank NASSCOM, LIT Technologies, Project DEFY, and Cisco thingQbator who provided us with such a wonderful opportunity and a big platform to showcase all our talents and hard work. I thank all the teams and participants for being supportive and working tremendously hard throughout this program. It wouldn't have been a success without you all. That is so true. It wouldn't have been a success without every single support. I thank the mentors for the support throughout the program, and I would like to thank next the speakers and the spectators for being a and giving us your insights. I would thank the whole organizing team for having each other's back and working throughout these 6 weeks and facing and overcoming every single obstacle. Finally, I would like to thank the audience for coming here and motivating the teams and showering us with your love and support. So, just last time, everyone, thank you so much for being here and giving us this platform. And thank you for such a learning experience. Now, I would officially declare the Cisco thingQbator Internship Program 2020 closed. Drum rolls.
Hello.